So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, already we have been discussed in the what is it called the chapter by name memory. In the memory, three important processes are there. That is number one, meaning and the characteristics of the memory. That is then second one is the process of memory, and third one is the information processing model of memory, and fourth one is the types of memory. So already we have completed three concepts. Now we are going to discuss the last concept, that is called the types of memory. In types of memory also we have been discussed some of the things, that is called the short-term memory and long-term memory. So types of memory, this is also a very important question. Sometimes they are going to asking like this: what is memory? Explain various types of memory. Simply they are going to asking like that. So you have to write that the answer is human memory has three types of memory. Already we discussed, that is called the sensory memory, then short-term memory, and long-term memory. The long-term memory is again, it is divided into further main types, that is explicit memory and implicit memory. That is, it is nothing but what is it's called the declared and procedural memory. If you have that book, please kindly come to the page number 36. 36. In 36 we have that material. So the human memory is mainly divided into sensory memory. Sensory memory is nothing but it is only 1 second time. Then short-term memory, it is a working memory, but only 1 minute. Then long-term memory, that is a lifetime memory. Lifetime memory. In the long-term memory, again, it is going to be divided into two types of memories. That is called the explicit memory, implicit memory. Explicit memory is nothing but a conscious memory. When you are conscious, that memory is working. So whatever it may be, whatever you are going to do, whatever things and other thing, the memory is going to work. Then implicit memory, it is nothing but what is it called the unconscious memory. Unconscious. So unconscious, one of the famous psychologists by name Sigmund Freud, he done more research on research at the time of the person, those who are in unconscious. That is the one of the, he done so much. For example, dream analysis, whatever it may be. He conducted so many experiments also for in unconsciousness. How people are going to do that in unconscious stage. That says that what is he and what he is going to do, etc., etc. That is. So that is the unconscious. What is it called? The implicit memory. So explicit memory and implicit memory. So this implicit memory, explicit memory, what is it? It is a declarative memory. It is also called the declarative memory. And implicit memory, it is also called the procedural memory. In declarative memory, what happened? There are some facts, events are there. In procedural memory, that is tasks and skills are there. That is the most important, that one. So declarative memory means what is knowing what? Knowing what is memory of facts and events. events, and the memory, those memories that can be consciously recalled, or it is called the declared. After reading something, whatever it may be, then we are going to recall. Then only it is called the, what is it's called the declared. So already we have been discussed, that is 5 hours. That 5 hours is number one, recall, recognition, retention, redintegrative memory, relearning, etc. etc. So it is a, what is it called the, since the consists of information explicitly stored and retrieved, that is the most important. Declarative memory can be further into divided into two types. That is what is it's called the episodic memory and semantic memory. Semantic memory. So what do you mean by episodic memory? Episodic memory is a, what is it's called the, presents our memory of experiences, specific events in time in a serial form from which we can reconstruct the actual events that took place at any given point in our lives. It is memory of autographical events. That is the most important. Most we have to write that one. Explicit memory, episodic memory is related to the autographic. What do you mean by autographic? In autographic, that is a, what is it's called the autograph events or time, space associated with emotions and other contextual knowledge that can be explicitly stated. Individuals tend to see themselves as actors in these events, and the emotional charges and the entire context surrounding an event is usually part of the memory, not just bare fact the event itself. So episodic memory is nothing but a, what is it's called? It is a autographical events that are, for example, some autography of Gandhiji, autography of Nehru, autography of Indira Gandhi, etc., etc. Semantic memory, another type of is the semantic memory. On the other hand, is a more structural records of facts, meanings, concepts, and knowledge about the external world that we have acquired. It refers to general factual knowledge shared with others and independent of personal experiences and the spatial temporal context in which it was acquired. So semantic memories may once have had a personal context, but now stands alone, simple knowledge. So therefore, it includes such things as type of, what is it, is simple things, such as a food, capital, social customs, function of objectives, vocabulary, and understanding of the mathematics. Mathematics. That is the much of semantic memory is abstract and relational and is associated with the meaning of verbal symbols. For example, when we are going to give the one verbal symbol, automatically they are going to say that one. For example, there is a medical symbol, swastik, that is a, that shows that what, when we are going to show the symbol, automatically the student is going to give the answer. That is the asking of the question. Gentleman or gentleman, I am going to show the one, what is the symbol. You please tell that what, how it is related and what it is related. Then that is the most of the in some in tests, particularly in what is competitive tests. Most of the people, they are going to asking the some flights, countries, symbols, and etc. etc. So that is the, what is it's called the, simply we are going to say that one vocabulary. Then functions of objects. For example, such and such object, what the object is going to do. So when we are going to use this object, simply we are going to say that one. That is the objective work. Then another one is the food. Food, what type of food we are going to take? In the morning, we are going to take some tiffin. In the afternoon, we are going to lunch. And in the night, we are going to dinner. Dinner never take in the morning. Lunch will, tiffin will never take the afternoon. So there is a timetable, systematic timetable. That is the food, when you are going to eat the food and what type of food we are going to eat. That is the knowledge of the food. That is the most important. And sometimes they are going to asking the capitals. That is the most important. Sometimes we are asking our children. So what is the capital? Some people, without their knowledge, their age is only 5. She is going to say that 100 countries capitals she is going to give the. That is a one type of memory in one type of recognition, one type of retention. So automatically it is a stored, and that is the what is it called, the lifetime. That is also called the long term memory. So that is social customs. Social customs is also one of the most important. And sometimes we are going to discuss that. That is also vocabulary. What is your power of vocabulary? What is your power of vocabulary? Power of vocabulary means that is when you are going to give the one letter. For example, when you want to know your vocabulary, first of all, you must take one letter. That is the letter B. Take B. And how many words you are going to write in B. That is most important. How many words you are going to write. So that is the number is depend upon your vocabulary. For example, you are a only BA student. So at the level of graduation, you have to write at least minimum 50 words related to the B. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, that is, you please kindly try how many words you are going to write the in B. That is most important. If you are going to write above 50, your vocabulary is good. Not only that B, you can take C or D. Some of the words they have, some of the letters they have very less words. That is called in Z, X. These words are very less words. This is very tight words. So this is the what is it's called the semantic memory. In semantic memory, it is a further declarative memory is also called the autographical memory. Autographical memory. Autographical memory is known as flash bulb memory. It is also called the flash bulb memory. Memory is sometimes disgusted, although really it is just one area. Episodic memory. Autographical memory refers to memory. Then this is another one of the specific type of autographical memory is known as flash bulb memory. Flash bulb, flash just like a flash. Flash bulb memory is simply we says that the highly detailed, that is called the exceptional wide, that is snapshot of the moment of the circumstances in which the surprising and consequential news was heard. Famous examples being by the assassination of what is it called the Mahatma Gandhi and assassination of the Indira Gandhi. Some of these things, for example, we will discuss about the who is Alexander. Alexander is a great king, and some of the important things out of a great. Particularly, it is very difficult. That is war dates. For example, first battle of Panipat, then battle of Kalinga. There are so many things. So it is very difficulty for knowing that. At the same time, there is some trick for knowing that. That is one of the most important. Then another one, what is it's called this flash burn memory. This is also called the what is it's called the snapshot memory. So a famous examples, but already I told that the assassination of Indira Gandhi and Mahatma Gandhi, particularly on dates, that is most important. So, however, the number of studies also suggest that flash bulb memories are actually not especially accurate, despite apparently being experienced with great vividness and confidence. It is not a much importance, but sometimes it is a very useful. And the last one, that is what is it's called the procedural memory. Procedural memory, knowing how, ఎట్లా మనం తెలుసుకోవడం, ఎలా, how is it possible? Knowing, that is called the procedural memory, is the unconscious memory of skills and how to do things, particularly the use of objects, movements of the body, such as tying to tying a shoelace, playing a guitar, or riding a bike. These are the procedural memory. Procedural memory, you have to, when you are going to take the driving for car, you have to follow some procedures. There are A, B, C. A related to accelerator, B related to the brake, and C related to the clutch. So you have to operate these three one. When you are going to press A, you have to brake, you have to press another one, clutch. So when you are clutch and another one, you have to do these are the some procedural. So for example, when you are going to drive a bike, for example, Hero Honda and other thing, and the first we are going to put the first gear only. We didn't go to the directly third gear and fourth gear. So these are the some procedural. For example, without your knowledge, automatically the sensory motor, these behaviors are the, it is going to do that one automatically. That is, once you learned the body memories, allow us to carry out ordinary motor actions are more or less automatically. In the procedural memory, most important the thing is the what is it's called the driving of the vehicle. You have to write that one, or that is the most important. Or sometimes when you are going to open, when you are going to do that, for example, automatically, if for example, two-wheeler particularly, or four-wheeler, sometimes four-wheeler also, some difficulties without your knowledge. Most experienced man, the memory is automatically works. That is called the procedural memory. So once you learn that one, the body is going to do what you are going to do and what you are not going to do. Simply he says that is called the body movements. Body movements. For example, you give some of the examples. For example, swimming. Swimming also same. When you are going to learn the swim, your memory automatically, when you are fall into the water, automatically your hands and legs are working properly, and you are what is it called the, you are automatically on the water. But when you are going to put in the water without knowing the swimming, what happened? Simply you are going to sitting in the water. Sitting in the water in the sense, simply sleeping in the water. So that's why body related this one, procedural memory. Procedural memory is sometimes referred to as implicit memory because previous experiences aid in the performance of tasks without explicit consciousness awareness of this previous experience, although it is more properly subsequent. ఒక్కోసారి ఏమవుతుంది, when you are going to go the abroad, so here we are going to drive the right hand drive. Then you are going to in foreign countries, there is a left hand drive, steering with the left hand, gear with right hand. Here steering hand and gear with the left hand. So that is the most important. Sometimes it is confusion, but after sometimes, after 1 or 2 days or after 1 week, automatically your memory is going to do procedural memory. Procedural memory. Procedural memory in the sense at the same time, previous experiences are the is a most important in this one. Sometimes previous experiences are leads to everything, whatever they want. So that's why people are asking that what is it's called the previous learning. That's why people are asking the experience. What is your experience? Simply they are going to asking the experience. Experience. So experience is necessary for the subset of implicit memory. And another important thing is the particularly it is related that one procedural, whatever it may be, you have to follow the procedure. So when you have to follow the procedure, automatically it is easy to do that one. That is the most important. Any example, please? Any example, procedural? Yes. Okay, leave it, no problem. Procedural is another important thing is the what is it's called when you are going to open. For example, when you are sit in the what is it's called the near computer, then you are going to give the first switch. Then even when you are going to heard that class also there is a procedure. Simply you are going to open the cell. We won't get that one. So we have to go some Zoom. Then we have to some operate that is called what is it's called the our password and the another word meeting word ID word. So these are the some of the proper. So you have to automatically that is working with the sensory with procedural memory. That is most important. Okay. So with regarding this lesson memory, so you have to write this one. These three important things. So there are three important questions. There are some of the what is it called the so here there are some of the questions. What is autographical memory? Simple questions. Is it. Then what is flash bulb memory? These are the simple questions. So it is very useful for when you are going to write the UGC net and other thing. When the deep reading is always good in psychology. But even though now it is very difficult, slowly it is very useful. When you are going to write that, what is it's called the net JRF, then simply they are going to asking what is flash bulb memory. Simply we say that we didn't read this type of material. No, there is a material, but you didn't read it. So that's why when you are going to read this type of material, definitely it is useful. It is called the deep working. That is another memory. What is it's called the idiotic memory. Idiotic memory is also in particularly idiotic memory is plays important role in particularly in children's. In children, they have idiotic memory. Whatever they saw is easily they says that yes, already we have seen that the scene, sir. This is the position. This is the position. That's why the law also accepting their what is it called the accepting their whatever words they are going to say. That is the most important that one. So that is also one type of idiotic memory. So the some of the important things. So what is it called the memory? These three questions are most important. Please kindly note that one. One is the what is it called the what is memory? What is memory? Explain. What is memory? Explain. Process of memory. Number one question. Another question. what is memory? Explain information processing models of memory. And another one, third type, what is memory? Explain various types of memory. So these three questions are more important in this one. So you please kindly read and write it. That is another important thing. Do you have any assignment? Assignment unda meeku? Respond please. Any assignment? Hello?
No, sir.
Hello?
No assignments. No, sir.
So you don't have any assignment. Okay, good. But there is no internal marks for you? Okay. Now come to the another important chapter. That is the, what is it's called? The thinking. Thinking. What is thinking? Please tell me what is thinking. So 2 minutes we'll discussion. What is thinking? How can we know a person is thinking? A person is busy with thinking. What is thinking? What is thinking?
Inside talking.
Pardon?
Inside talking.
Inside?
Talking.
Inside talking. Okay, good. Then, okay. So some people, they are thinking. They're what is it called, the sometimes in the universities, and they are going to establish one statue that is called statue that is like this thinker. He is thinking something. So some of the people, their what is their posture says that the thinking. For example, for our beloved man, big man NTR, he is thinking like that. Yes, ila. అందువల్ల మనకు what is it's called, the body posture is the most important when we are thinking. He is thinking. Sometimes we are continuously seeing same thing. So he is thinking. So what he is going to thinking, we don't know. But he is thinking. How can we know? That is the most important. His what is it's called, the uh, what is it's called, the just his posture says that, or his movement. In Telugu, it is called భంగిమ అంటారు. అతను దాన్ని బట్టి మనకు చెప్పొచ్చు ఈజీగా. సో some of the definition I will give you, please note down. Thinking is a continuous flow of the stream of awareness. Most important. Thinking. For example, some of the people thinking, those who are writing these writers, or those who are drawing some paints, they are fully thinkers. They are calling other way, what is it's called, the creative thinkers. Before going that, thinking is a continuous flow of stream of awareness. That is the most important. So in psychology, you have to write at least 1 or 2 definitions. Otherwise, we won't get any marks. So number 2, thinking is a symbolic process. Thinking is a symbolic process. Thinking is another important. Thinking is a train of ideas. Train. ఒక ట్రైన్ లాగా వస్తుంటాయి ఐడియాస్, నువ్వు ఆలోచించకూడదు. బట్ దట్ ఐడియాస్ మస్ట్ బి పాజిటివ్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ గెటింగ్ దట్, there are 2 types of thinking. In normally, generally it says that develop positive thinking and negative thinking. Positive thinking is most important. When you have a positive thinking, automatically you are going to, what is it's called, the optimistic. When you have a pessimistic, when you have a negative thinking, you are calling as a pessimistic. So this is the most important thing is in generally, but thinking is a symbolic process. మనం థింక్ చేస్తున్నట్లు తెలుస్తుంది. Thinking is a train of ideas. And another definition, that is thinking is a subvocal. Thinking is a subvocal speech. Subvocal speech. Thinking is a subvocal speech. That is the most important. Thinking is a subvocal speech, or thinking involves. So they are going to give the some other thing. What is it called? The thinking involves the manipulation or organization of elements of the environment by means of symbols rather than overt activity. Overt activity. It is a continuous process. Some people, they are always going to thinking, but we don't know what they are going to thinking. Always thinking, but it is not good for that one. What is your capacity of thinking? Whenever you are going to think, it is only sometimes, that's all. But it is a says that it is a flow of continuous flow of stream. But థింకింగ్ ఈజ్ ఏ సింబాలిక్ ప్రాసెస్. రెండు పదాలు మనం రాయొచ్చు ఇక్కడ. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ కంటిన్యూస్ ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ ది స్ట్రీమ్ ఆఫ్ అవేర్నెస్. సెకండ్ వన్, థింకింగ్ ఈజ్ ఏ సింబాలిక్ ప్రాసెస్. అండ్ అనదర్ వన్ దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ది, వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్స్ కాల్డ్ ది, థింకింగ్ ఈజ్ ఏ సబ్వోకల్ స్పీచ్. There are mainly two types of thinking in what is it called the, there are two types of thinking. There are two types of thinking. Number one, artistic thinking, and number two, realistic thinking. Artistic thinking. So what is the artistic thinking? It is also called the free thinking. And another one that is called the realistic thinking. So most important one, another one is the, what is it called, the artistic. We'll discuss one by one. In artistic thinking, it is a free thinking. You can think freely. నీ ఇష్టం ఏమైనా మాట్లాడచ్చు. Free thinking is it determines the primarily by our own needs, wishes and feelings. నువ్వేమైనా చెప్పచ్చు. For example, when you are going to enter into the hotel, it is freely, whatever you want you can take. But sometimes it is only controlled. So in the dishes are available, only this type of dishes is available, you have to eat this one. Then it determines the primarily by our own needs, wishes and feelings. Artistic thinking may frequently be indulged for self-gratification without regarding to the reality in artistic thinking. For example, in artistic thinking, most important thing is the for example, fantasy, dreams, and wishful thinking are examples of the art. Some people, they are always daydreams. That is daydreams. But it is called the fantasy. Fantasy is nothing but a daydreams. But another one is dreams. Okay, dreams are coming. That is no problem. But some people, wishful thinking of the examples of the artistic. Wishful. What do you mean by wishful? You wish. So it is a useful one, wishful. Some inventors and artists have reported that a significant idea first come into them in a dream, and then it was evaluated and elaborated in the working state. As a rule, however, dreams and fantasies do not stand up very well in the life of reality. Most thinking is probably shaped somewhat both inner and outer determination. So normally, what is it's called, the most of the writers and other things, but simply says that whether it is a correct or not, we don't know. The idea will come just like a dream in the night. Then what happened? Automatically in the morning, they are going to write that one. So yesterday he got that a dream. in the morning. So yesterday I got one dream. So is it reality or not? So what is a swapnam? In called we are called swapnam. Goda Devi swapnam. In here there is a Lord Venkateswara. The Goda Devi is some dream is coming and doing something and is helping like this. So when he dreamt first, then he is going to write a what is it called the write a some some what is it called the some novels and the some information gave. And another poet by name Malla, she is also going to give some. Yesterday she dreamt, and in the morning she has written a story about the Lord Venkateswara. So this is the one way or the another way of this. Sometimes that's why Kalam says that always you please kalalu kanandi, kalaలను సాకారం చేయండి. Get dreams. That is most important in our life. No some dreams. Then only you are enjoying. So dreams are the sometimes it is very, 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 very enjoying also. At the same time, relaxable also. So these are the artistic thinking. So you can free thinking. You can go Himalayas, you can go abroad, wherever you go, no problem. But that is the what is it's called the free thinking. In the free thinking, we are enjoying sometimes. So sometimes it is a waste without doing anything. Simply you are always what is it's called the always thinking. That is free thinking. Without any spending the money, you are doing the thinking. So that is the one of the most important one, free thinking. Sometimes free thinking is we are enjoying with free thinking. Then come to the another one. In the free thinking, another one that is called the what is it called the realistic thinking. Realistic thinking. So realistic thinking. So the realistic thinking is also called the controlled thinking. So it is totally controlled, which helps us to adjust to the real world. Real world. Reasoning is often motivated by the need to research solutions to the problems involving an individual livelihood or his every survival. It may also engage in for sheer pleasure or the works of the crossword puzzles, both laboratory and experimentation, and the techniques of pattern analysis. So realistic, this is the most important. Realistic is also controlled. Everything is controlled. So you are my totally controlled. Whatever you think, whatever you do, please kindly tell me, and then only you are going to do. That is your rule. So everything is my control. That is the most important. The what is it called the in the realistic thinking or the control thinking is divided into three types. That is most important one. That is called the deductive thinking, then inductive thinking, and creative thinking. Creative thinking. So what is deductive thinking? Deductive thinking is divided into again two types. That is convergent and divergent. Convergent and divergent. Convergent. This is a detailed information in your books, but I will make a shortened one. That's why I'm going to teach that one. If you have any doubt, we will go that one also. But these are the important things when we are going to discuss this chapter. So that is the realistic thinking is mainly divided into three types. That is called the deductive thinking, or another one inductive thinking, and another one that is called the what is this? It is a creative thinking. So what is deductive thinking? That is most important. Deductive thinking. Deductive thinking is divided into again two types. That is convergent and divergent. Convergent and divergent. Convergent. What is convergent? It is a cognitive process in which the person attempts to find a single correct answer to a problem. That is most important. So answer is the only one answer. It gives the importance of the speed, accuracy, and logic. Logic. There is only one answer. That is the most important. For whatever it may be, the answer is the only one. For example, in mathematics, a square plus b square is equal to ab. That is the wherever you go, that is the same formula will come. In statistics also, when you are going to go in concentration, central tendency for mean, median, mode, wherever you go, same formula you are going to follow it. So that is the what is it's called the same. అంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ same formulas will applicable wherever you will go. There is when you are going to some other country, it will change, no question of change. It won't change. The formulas, some of the things. E is equal to mc square. Wherever you go, that is E is equal to mc square. That's all. A square plus b square is equal to 2ab. That is also a formula. It won't change, that one also. Then another one, what is it called? The divergent thinking. Divergent thinking. It is a process in which an individual looks at a problem from a variety of angles and discovers different possible solution to a problem. Different solution of problems. If there is when they are going to give the object is there is a one question, but for that question there are so many answers. That is the most important. This means it is a process. Individual looks at a problem, a varieties of angles. What is this? Varieties of angles. That one. So the question is one, but the answers are so many. For example, when you are going to give the questionnaire in psychology, there is a open-ended question, or sometimes we are going to asking the subject, if you have any ideas, please write. Simply they are going to write some of the ideas. So they are going to give you some ideas, and at the same time, we have also get some ideas. So that is called the open-ended, and the sometimes, but there are 5 answers questions are also there. What is it called? The rating questions, rating answers. That is also, it is a very somewhere they are going to put a tick mark. But another important thing is the open-end questionnaire. That is sometimes it is only yes or no sometimes, but sometimes they are going to ask you, please write if you have any ideas. That is, so then the subject is going to write some of the things. So automatically he is also going to give some information. That is called the divergent thinking. Divergent thinking is a process in which an individual looks at a problem from a variety of angles and discovers different possible solutions to a problem. That is the most important. Then another thinking is also there here. Concrete versus abstract thinking. Concrete versus abstract thinking. During our childhood, our thinking is primarily concrete in nature. Thinking is conformed mostly to the here and how, here and now aspects, and in sensory motor in nature. In abstract thinking, they are able to generalize and understand that a concept can have multiple meanings. So concrete abstract thinking is one of the abstract thinking. Sometimes abstract, when you are going to publish a, what is it's called, there is a famous man, particularly for relating this one, concrete and abstract thinking, a famous psychologist by name Piaget. Piaget is a cognitive psychologist. So he developed a theory, cognitive development theory. Cognitive development theory. So in his theory, in cognitive development theory, so cognitive development, how it is going to develop. There are 4 stages, or the total up to 13 years. The total life is divided into 4 types. 0 to 2 years, that is called the sensory operational stage. Then another stage, pre-operational stage, sensory motor stage, concrete stage, formal operational stage. Again, we have a theory. We will discuss that one also. In that theory, that is a famous schema is the most important. SCHEMA, schema. So sometimes the child will discuss when he is going to see that grass. So wherever he see the trees and whatever it may be, simply he says that, oh, that grass is a very nice. So whatever green is there, simply he says that the grass. Later, what happened? Slowly he is going to differentiate that one. That is called some of the important laws in that. What is it's called? The conservation of mass. And another one is the conservation of water. Water. For example, 5 ml water is going to put in the a small beaker. And 5 ml water, that is another one. So what happened? Slowly what happened? It is a simply same value. But in the beaker, that is a test tube. It looks that is a more. But whereas another glassware, it looks very less. So, but the both are the same, isn't it? That conservation of mass. There are some mass mud balls, and sometimes they prepare a balls, and sometimes it is a prepare a just like a snake. So Piaget explained excellently that one, how they are going to know that one. If that is cognitive development theory. So wherever you have an opportunity to read that one, Piaget theory, PIAGET, cognitive development theory, PIAGET. So you call as a Piaget. So he is a critical thinker. At the same time, cognitive development, he explained wonderfully about that theories. How the child is going to learn. Firstly, he says that they all, wherever you see that one, everything is a green, 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 green. Later, he is going to say that this is a so and so variety of tree, or so and so variety of grass, so and so. For example, crops. So that is in the first stage, that is 0 to 2 years, that is sensory motor stage. You don't know anything. Simply only a mother breastfeeding, then simply, slowly in the first year, later, in the second year, he is going to recognize. So wherever you go, he call, whenever a woman he see that, he saw what happened, he simply call, hello mummy. But slowly what happened? He recognized her mother, then only he is going to call the hello mother. This is the way of that one. That is called the Piaget theory, one of the most important theory, that is a cognitive theory. This last stage, that is in the fourth stage, that is concrete stage. Concrete stage and the sensory, sorry, operational, sensory, concrete, and fourth stage is the formal operational stage. That is formal operational stage. The child is goes to 12 years, 12 plus. Automatically, everything, whatever way. Just like he recognized all people, all instruments, And sometimes we are going to asking that to use and giving some articles. Please tell me these names. So if he says that correctly, okay, it is okay. If he is not going to say taking that one, automatically something wrong. Then the boy IQ is low. Sometimes we are recognition is poor. So automatically there is some problem for the child, whether he is a MR or another thing. That is the most important. That is called the Piaget theory. So we have that one also. We will discuss tomorrow. So another one, what is it called? The critical thinking. This is the ability to think clearly and rationally. It includes the ability to engage in the reflective and independent thinking. An individual with reflective and independent thinking, individual with critical thinking, able to understand the logical connection between ideas and use information to solve the problem systematically. Critical skills include the observation, analysis, then explanation, inference, decision making, and evaluation. These are the most important. Critical thinking, sometimes it is very difficult. Very difficulty. For example, when you are going to in Telugu also, you are going to face so many problems. What type of problems? That is the problems in the sense you are going to say that there is what is it's called in critical thinking. There is one program is called the Astavadana and Satavadana. They are going to give some words and they are going to asking that please make it a poem with some of the grammatic Utpalamala, Champakamala, like that, that one. So they are going to asking some other thing. What is it's called the, simply he says that one. So the critical word, critical thinking is always difficulty. Everywhere there is. For example, some of the in dramas in English, particularly in languages, it is a very difficulty. In languages, a famous writers by name Shakespeare, Milton, their words and that is a very critical to know the meaning of that one. So sometimes it is a very difficulty. So that is a, what is it called the observation. Observation is also one of the most important in critical thinking. Critical care. So most of the 90% in the time of the corona, most of the 70% of the people, they are in critical care. When they are going to enter in the critical care, they won't come. That is called ICU. Critical care in the sense it is a very difficulty. Critical thinking is also very difficulty. In the critical thinking, mainly observation, one of the most important observation. After observe that, you are going to give the analysis. Then after completing both two, you have to give the some explanation. So what is your explanation? Please give me that one. Explanation. Inference. Sometimes it is then decision making is also very difficult. Some of the doctors are facing more problems about the taking of the decision making. Decision making is one of the, sometimes it is a critical thinking. There is one movie, if you have chance, decision making, executive decision. So when he is going to taking the decision, there are so many things. That's why sometimes decision making is make it fast. If the boss is going to take fastly decision making, if the boss is not taking properly decision making, so everything failed. That is. So it is also an essential part of the creativity because we need critical thinking to evaluate, to improve the critical thinking. Critical thinking, మనం కూడా ఎప్పుడన్నా సమస్య వచ్చినప్పుడు how we are going to solve the problem. That is most important. So thank you very much. So tomorrow we'll meet with another important chapter. Okay, bye. Hello. Okay. Thank you, sir. Sonam says, okay, bye.